Today we are going to discuss about one of the important chapter in chemistry, the periodic table. As we know, till today we have almost 118 elements discovered in our universe. Now imagine the situation where each of the element has 10 physical characteristics and 10 chemical properties. So as a whole, the total 118 elements will have more or less approximately 2400 characters. So it is very much difficult for the students to remember such a huge quantity of different characters for individual elements. Now to overcome the situation, scientists and chemists, they try to attempt or make a format or table so that the number of characteristics or properties we are going to remember will become very less. So the first attempt of such grouping was that Dauvergne triad method. In this Dauvergne triad method, if 3 elements we have to choose and arrange them in the increasing order of their atomic weight. Suppose we are taking lithium, sodium and potassium. So the atomic weight of lithium is 7 and the atomic weight of potassium is 39. If we take the average of these 7 and 39, it will become 23, which is the atomic weight of sodium. That is, if 3 elements are chosen in such a manner that they have the similarities between their physical and chemical properties and arrange them in the ascending order of their atomic weight, then the average of the atomic weight of the least and highest element is the atomic weight of the middle element. If we take another example of that Dauvergne triad, similarly calcium atomic weight 40, barium atomic weight 137, and if you do the average, then scandium atomic weight will be 88.5. So these 3 together have physical chemical properties very much similar to each other. Now this is the very basic principle of grouping of elements. The next attempt to group the elements is the law of octave given by scientist Newland. Now Newland said that if the elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic weight, the similarity in physical and chemical properties occur after 7 elements. So we know that the number 7 is the number of notes in a music, that is sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, and again after ni we turn into sa. Similarly, hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and after oxygen the element will come fluorine, which have the similar properties of hydrogen. So according to this order, after 7 elements, the physical and chemical properties occur similarly. Okay. Now next attempt is very important attempt, and this is the first major breakthrough of the modern periodic table, is the Mendeleev periodic table. Similarly, Mendeleev said that if the elements are arranged in increasing order of their atomic weight, similarities in physical chemical properties recur periodically. Mendeleev does not say that after 7 elements, after 8 elements, he said that the physical chemical property will reoccur after periodically. That is, the physical and chemical properties of element are a periodic function of their atomic weight. And the main significance of this Mendeleev periodic table are: number one, this periodic table makes us the first attempt of proper grouping of elements so that we can make a very symmetrical study. Number two is the position of the noble gases. That during that period when Mendeleev gave his periodic table, the noble gases are not discovered yet. So he leave a blank space for the positioning of noble gases. And Mendeleev, after arranging the elements in the ascending order of their atomic weight, he found three unknown places, three vacant positions. He left three vacant positions in order to have some undiscovered element. Those are Aka. He named those undiscovered elements during that period as Aka aluminium. After some time it was discovered as gallium. Aka boron, it is discovered as scandium, and Aka silicon, it is discovered as germanium. But due these things, this Mendeleev periodic table, it has certain limitations too. Number one limitation is the position of hydrogen. Hydrogen is very cruel element. It is very anomalous. Its position in periodic table is very much anomalous. That is hydrogen, it has some characteristics similar to the metals, whereas it also have some characteristics similar to non-metals. So it has a very anomalous position in periodic table. Number two limitation is position of isotope. We know that the atomic weight of two isotopes like chlorine 3717 and 3517. So these atomic weights are different, but Mendeleev stated that isotopes must be in a single position of periodic table. And number three, while arranging the elements, while arranging the elements to make similarities between physical and chemical properties, some elements, although their atomic weight is higher, they are placed at first, and the atomic weight of the element which is lower than that is placed after. Such an example is cobalt and nickel. Although a nickel, it has least atomic weight 58.7, so nickel has to come first before cobalt. But to maintain the physical chemical properties, similarities between physical and chemical properties, Mendeleev arranged cobalt first, then nickel. This is one of the major limitations of Mendeleev periodic table. Now, to avoid these limitations, we come our modern periodic law, which says that physical chemical properties of element are periodic function of atomic number, not the atomic weight. It is the physical chemical properties are very periodic function of atomic numbers of the elements. Now, if we arrange the ascending order of atomic number, we will make this table. This is called modern periodic table. So, in this table, we have some horizontal rows which are called period, and we have some vertical rows also, vertical columns also, which are called groups. So, in modern periodic table, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 periods, and in modern periodic table we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 groups. And the last 18 group is also called zero group, because the elements which are noble in nature, that is they are inert in nature, are placed in that group only, that is their valency is 0. That is why this last 18 group is also called zero group. Thank you.